Jmak does have LD units, but also also has fast units as well. You see again, this is Stone Star League versus Guardian 3 League here. And Thompsin does have that first pick, so Jmak will need to respect the fact that he may have to ban out, pre-ban Gianna, and just give Thompsin the Hathor. And the Thompsin situation, he's looking to understand he's probably going to get that Hathor. What does he want to take from Jmak's side? Likely an Okeanos pre-ban or something of that sort, maybe even a Vanessa, knowing the fact that Thompsin doesn't like to use Okeanos much.
Well, there's the Ganny pre-ban by Thompsin and Gianna pre-ban by Jmak, and obviously another unit that Jmak's going to have to worry about is that Nephthys.
Exactly. There's that Nephthys pick here, but at the same time, without Gianna on the table, Fran is going to be a lot more valuable. Thompsin might go with the Hathor first. You're going to see a Sierra Fran or Fran X, likely a Sierra Fran here to take that away from Thompsin.
Is the Fran, just like you said, coming out of Jmak. One last pick after seeing that Hathor coming out.
Yeah, and I think that Sierra is usually a strong pick from these players, and at the same time, Thompsin also has a very good Sierra, so Jmak may want to take that away from Thompsin and to give himself a speed lead early on.
Ooh, there's the Daphnis coming out of Jmak. Very, very aggressive show, that Daphnis this early.
Very aggressive show of that Daphnis, and it kind of opens him up to all kinds of Barbaras, all kinds of Water Monkeys, or Okeanoses. But again, Thompsin not favoring Okeanos typically kind of removes that from his box here. So if I'm Thompsin, I'm taking some sort of a Sierra, and I think we've seen a lot of Vigor. He may decide to go Vigor, but Barbara's a great pick, and that Chiwu Barba. Great solid picks from Thompson's side.
Very solid picks. Barbara Chiwu synchronizing very, very well going into this. And we have Jmak looking at a Ciara, and one more draft. A Cichlid. He locks in the Cichlid.
Interesting choice of that Cichlid here. I was thinking it was going to be an Okeanos, but Cichlid does have a higher base speed and the ability to reset a unit off the bat and defense break it. So we're looking that Barbara may stay in this draft. The preemptive ban is probably going to be on this Chiwu, allowing Jmak to go first. So Thompsin needs to find a way to disrupt it. We're likely going to see, if he wants to fight for turn one, some sort of maybe a light monkey Vanessa or some way to fight for that speed off the bat.
Ooh, Vertiheal and Light Monkey coming out of Thompsin.
Interesting choice here. So if Jmak decides to ban out that Chiwu, he's going to be able to outspeed as long as, that Daphnis is on will. So if he chooses to go with some other aggressive unit, ban out that Chiwu, I think Jmak actually has this draft in control.
We'll see. There's that last pick, bringing out another reset, taking back the Okeanos and bringing out that Water Monkey King.
I love the Water Monkey King pick here because once Thompsin doesn't have immunity, so that skill 2 from that Water Monkey is going to do a lot. We know Thompson's going to have Res Lead because Chiwu should likely be that ban. Jmak's going to be able to tee off with some sort of unit opening up first, so I really like Jmak's draft here.
I think the Light Monkey King was a unit that he did not have willed up previously. He may have changed that. That might have been the factor for Daphnis going into this round. We're going to find out, though, as bans go out right now. Chiwu getting banned out and Ciara getting banned out.
Chiwu and Ciara are being banned out, but it's going to depend on what is off will from Jmak's side. If everything is on will, this Light Monkey is not going to do a lot. We know that is a very fast, swift monkey, so it's going to depend. If Jmak is on will runes, he's going to be in a great spot here.
That's right. Well, here we go, guys. Jmak and Thompsin going into round one between the two of them, and we have Cichlid taking first turn.
Cichlid taking first turn, but also note Jmak is fully on will.
Fully on will, so he's not going to be able to do anything except keeping the Cichlid down. Cichlid's able to get that strip defense break on top of Barbara.
Yeah, but again, that Hathor is moving after this Water Monkey, I think, but then Daphnis is moving after that Hathor.
Looking to put that Cichlid down, gets a 2-turn slow and sleep on top of Cichlid.
Yeah, but this time here, Jmak's going to be able to throw up shields from that Fran.
Here we go, and we have Water Monkey King able to drop that Barbara right off, not getting that, does get that full team stun.
And there's nothing this Fran can do. That was a lot of damage from the Water Monkey. Jmak is in a really good spot at the moment.
Very good spot, going for Hellfire on top of the Vertiheal. Not finishing off that Vertiheal just yet. Vertiheal looking very bad in a terrible spot right now.
Terrible spot here, and Thompsin basically has 2 AoEers and a Vertiheal that's going to go down. No healers. Jmak has healing, just needs to sustain and kind of establish control, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yep, Fran looking for the attack bar pushback on the Hathor. Doesn't get it. Hathor just looking at a skill 1 right now. Everyone being willed up except the Daphnis. Chooses to go for that skill 3. Does not get the sleep onto Daphnis.
Does not get the sleep onto Daphnis. And again, Jmak's got that Water Monkey. We haven't seen this unit very much, but it's doing so much damage here.
Water Monkey finishing off the vertical, looking fantastic for Jmak. Jmak looking very strong. Skill 2, looking for stun on both units. Receives those stuns. Water Monkey King so fast. So much attack bar gain with that skill 2. Unit of focus trying to drop this Light Monkey King.
Trying to drop the Light Monkey King, but it's 2 units versus 4, and Jmak does have that healing from the friend. Nothing is terribly squishy. Jmak's got this one here.
And if we know Thompson, he's going to be taking his time here. Sickle trying to focus out this Light Monkey King with a nice first skill. Hathor looking to spread out that attack break, looking to apply it to the Water Monkey King, not receiving it though.
Thompson really looking to take his time here. Of course, he is a seasoned veteran, knows to take his time, but again, as he's taking his time, he's losing units. Jmak is going to town on this Light Monkey.
Had to go for absolutely anything. He's waking up that Fran, only getting 1 stun out there, and Daphnis trying to finish off this Hathor. Not just yet, but gets the additional turn again, trying to drop this Hathor. And this should be it right there. Water Monkey finishes off. Jmak taking round 1 away from Thompson, last year's America's Cup champion.
Stone Star, Jmak looking so strong with that Stone Star, taking out 3 red stars from Thompson's side. And honestly, Jmak made that look very easy.
He made it look very, very easy. The draft heavily favored Jmak. Throughout the match, heavily favored Jmak. Jmak dominated Thompson in that round.
And the problem there was Thompson did not take 2 speed leads. Basically, when you don't take 2 speed leads, your opponent takes out your speed lead, you get outsped, you get controlled, you get nuked, and that's exactly what happened. Barbara dismounted off the bat, and now it's game over. So well played by Jmak. Let's see how he adjusts. I think we're going to see a Nephthys pre-ban from Jmak. We know Jmak has first turn, first pick, so Thompson may decide to take out that Hathor and not let Jmak have that.
Well, pre-bans from last time. Gianna and Ganymede. Pre-bans coming up for this round. Like we said, we may be seeing a Nephthys pre-ban. There's the Nephthys and the Hathor getting pre-banned by Thompson.
Very standard pre-bans as predicted here. Jmak is likely going to go with could go with a Sierra or a Gany first pick. Knows he obviously doesn't have Gianna, so he needs to be able to anticipate playing against that.
Yep, there's the Gany being drafted by Jmak. Thompson should probably be pretty quick here.
I think
they'll take the CR away from him.
I think it's going to be a CR Gianna pick here, but could also take away that Fran, which is also an option, knowing that his opponent, or he could just take the CR Gianna, knowing that it's tough for Jmak to take that Fran later with the Gianna already present on the board.
Yep, definitely going to be seeing that CR for sure coming out of Thompson, unless he surprises us with something new.
We'll see. This game's been full of surprises. Did not know he had a Chiwu earlier. Goes with that Sierra Fran. Does not need the Gianna, so very patient picks by Thompson. I like that a lot. Jmak deciding my opponent still has a Gianna in the back pocket, so let's go for speed here to disrupt that combination from Thompson. And I like that, going with the Chiwu, going with the Daphnis here. So even if Gianna comes on to play, we know Thompson has a violent Gianna, which is a huge liability in this spot.
That's right, and I think Jmak's going down the right road right now. Speed is definitely going to be key, especially going up against Thompson. Has his speed lead, has his high damage Daphnis. Thompson responding with a Barbara and Gianna coming up. Jmak looking at another fast unit, Okeanos and Ileana coming to the field.
And if I'm Thompson here, I'm looking probably to ban out that Chiwu here and looking to outspeed my opponent. This is how I would win the draft here. Jmak not opting for a second speed lead. But if that Chiwu is not banned out, Jmak will assert full control. So Thompson needs to recognize that that's how he's going to be able to come into the game. Overall, I think Jmak has a lot of threat on his draft here. I do like this draft a lot.
There's not a lot of damage coming from Jmak, though. He has a little bit of control. He has the resets, double resetting Gany Oak. He's very, very powerful. Thompson wrapping up his draft with a Viga.
Not sure about the Vigor play here because that's actually a lot of damage come from Jmak. He has that Daphnis and a Gany to reset that and an Ileana to constantly reset that. That's a lot of control and damage. I really think Thompson should have gone for some way to lock down his opponent off the bat and instead decides he wants to play a turn 2 type comp with the Vigor. So that ban is not really clear, but maybe a Daphnis, maybe an Okeanos or Chiwu as well.
Chiwu getting banned, removing the speed lead from Jmak's side of the field. Barbara looking like a devastating unit, having 3 units already drafted by Jmak.
If this Gianna is swift, Thompson wins this draft, but he's known for his violent Gianna. So if something tricky is coming up, Thompson has this draft, but otherwise, if it's a violent Gianna, he's going to be in trouble.
Speed lead for Thompson. Crit rate lead coming out of Jmak, making sure he lands these crits. Here we go, guys. Thompson and Jmak. And Jmak get the 2-0 on Thompson. We're going to find out. Okeanos landing that reset on top of Gianna. We're going to see some immunity getting pushed up here by Fran.
And Gianna on Violent not doing very much here, getting reset off the bat. And Thompson is going to eat a skill 3 Hellfire from Daphnis when Daphnis gets its turn.
We're going to see the Shred. Shred's coming out onto Okeanos, getting that defense break. No additional turns coming out. We got a bomb that can be planted. He can eliminate the Okeanos from the field.
That's a lot of damage onto Okeanos. So we're going to basically see an Okeanos go down. Sierra's going to lose immunity, so Jmak needs to down a unit.
Yeah, Thompson dropping that Okeanos. We could see the 3rd skill from Ileana going out. Ganymede can reset the Sierra. Chooses to putting a Glancing instead.
Yeah, Sierra just blew up its bomb, so Sierra doesn't really have skills to reset. This Daphnis should be going on to this Fran here. So Jmak needs to land here if he wants a chance.
All right, Hellfire not enough. Going for the Gianna instead. Gianna staying alive.
Gianna staying alive, and it is on Violent, so if it procs, it has its skills up.
And there's the additional turn like we were talking about before. There's the bomb getting planted on top of Ganymede. Skill 3 going out, looking for a stun on Ileana and Daphnis, receiving both. The heal going out onto the Gianna, and a nice little skill 2 to keep the anti-crit up.
Exactly, so Thompson's able to proc there, gain advantage here, and again, he's got an edge here, and I think we're going to see a 3rd match.
Ooh, there's the additional turn coming out of Ileana. She's able to proc out of the stun. Going to see a 3rd skill happening here with the invincibility to protect this Ganymede from this bomb.
Actually, that's a huge proc there, because once this Daphnis goes online, Ganymede's going to be able to vent it, and it will have its skills up, so it is not quite over here. This invincibility is going to protect this Gany a little bit.
Not over at all. Unit of focus for Thompson right now is trying to drop this Daphnis. You can see the turns coming out. Daphnis still standing tall right now. Bomb cannot be planted on anybody. No additional turns for Thompson. He cannot drop this Daphnis yet.
That's a lot of damage from the auto attack. This Daphnis is going to drop very, very soon. That Gianna and Sierra basically took out half health from auto attacks. So Jmak's Daphnis is quite squishy here.
Bomb does go off on the Ganymede, but Ganymede is protected. You can see the Daphnis getting dropped here. Gianna trying to focus out this Ganymede, and there you have it. Thompson answers correctly in round 2 against Jmak.
And Jmak's Daphnis is so squishy, almost like it's ruined for the Stone Star League. I mean, it really just melted instantly just from auto attacks. So quite the liability, and at the same time did not land against that Gianna. I mean, it being basically targeted off the bat, you know, Jmak was on a big back foot after that.
It definitely was. I think he needed to remove a unit with that Daphnis, so we may have had a different outcome. Like you said, the combination between Gany and Daphnis would have been enough damage to stop Thompson. Thompson had a lot of damage. Thompson had a little bit of RNG as well.
Thompson definitely had a little RNG here, but this is Summoner's War, and RNG is part of the game. So we're going to see a pre-ban on Gianna from Jmak's side, and I think Thompson's going to take out the Gany, very similar to the first game.
Oh, here we go, guys. Pre-bans going out. You can see the pre-bans from last time. Nephthys being pre-banned by Jmak, and Hathor getting pre-banned by Thompson.
So we'll see what Thompson decides to do. Thompson does need to adjust from that first game, because in that draft he was thoroughly dominated by Jmak. So we obviously know Jmak's going to take out that Gianna. Gianna's a very fast unit on Thompson's side, and does strip and stun. Very, very strong unit in the meta. So that's a very clear pre-ban from Jmak. Thompson likely going to take out the Gany as he did, but I think Fran is also an option here.
Yeah, well, Jmak's got first pick. He's going to be taking a unit away from Thompson for sure. And bans are going out. Gianna getting pre-banned. Ganymede getting pre-banned. That was wrong. Thompson has the first pick in this round.
Right, and Thompson's going to take that Hathor away first, and then we're going to see Jmak going in with that probably a Sierra Fran, or, you know, some sort of a Daphnis Fran as he did in the first game.
Well, let's see if he digs into Jmak's box, removing a unit from him. Well, he's going to split the Hathor, taking that away from him.
Takes the Hathor, and we're going to see not a Daphnis Fran, but a Sierra Fran off the bat. We haven't seen Thompson draft Daphnis at all, so that's maybe why Jmak is reserving that pick for later. So great standard picks by Jmak. I really like that Sierra Fran. Okeanos is a great pick into Jmak and Daphnis, but again, I don't think Thompson has these ruined up or typically uses these units.
Yeah, I don't see him drafting a Daphnis a lot. I think he does have it ruined up, but you don't see it often coming out of Thompsin. Thompsin opts for a lot of other units than a Daphnis.
So we might see some sort of a Chi-Wu. Oh, does go for the
see
Daphnis.
a Daphnis coming out of Thompsin, digging right into Jmak's box up that he loves to draft, and he takes it away from him.
So Jmak has to respond with an Okeanos here to be able to control that Daphnis. So Okeanos is definitely a pick. I would love a Barbaro, but I don't think Jmak has this trick up his sleeve here. So it'll be interesting to see what he takes here. But Thompson, great pick on the Daphnis. That's exactly what Jmak's box is weak to at the moment.
Oh, we might see that Masha come back, and we do not see the Masha come back. We see the Xiao coming back for Jmak.
I really like the Water Monkey pick by Jmak here. There's a lot of threat, a lot of damage. I mean, that Water Monkey might be able to down that Daphnis off the bat unless it's got the right artifacts on it. Thompson's under a lot of pressure in terms of speed. Should take a second speed lead like a Vanessa, and should not take the Light Monkey, knowing that Jmak is generally running full will nowadays.
Yeah, no sustain yet for Thompson. Curious if he's going to bring any out. Does bring, not sustain, but some shields coming from this Josephine, which kind of signifies he's going to be letting that Okeanos through for sure.
He's definitely signifying that he's letting that Okeanos and Water Monkey through, so kind of an interesting choice here. And if I'm Jmak, I'm thinking I could probably, knowing that my Water Monkey and Okeanos are going to be let through, go for the outspeed, ban the Diana, and choose to have double resets. So if I'm Jmak, I mean, I probably need to take maybe one more lead or one more piece of damage. Or Rika here is also a great pick, knowing that Thompson does not have any immunity.
Yep, I mean, that's kind of the baited ban right there at the end for Jmak. Knowing he doesn't have any immunity, drafts that Rika, really devastates the draft of Thompson. Thompson's going to have a force ban here.
Thompson definitely needs to force ban the Rika, but Jmak almost is signifying that he's taking out that Daphnis or that Hathor. It's likely the Daphnis because that Daphnis is here to take out that Rika. So when you lay down a Rika last, usually Daphnis is the ban. That's exactly what the ban is, and Rika is the force ban. So we're going to look to see Jmak reset that Hathor off the bat, do a lot of damage with this Water Monkey, and this Diana, if it doesn't proc, is going to eat a couple bombs from Ciara.
Oh, there you have it. Speed leads for both teams. Can Thompson take it and go forward here, or can Jmak make a huge upset? And Okeanos gets the reset onto the Hathor, already in favor of Jmak, because he really needed to land that.
Huge, and also Nephthys a little bit too fast here. Fran is going to be able to put immunity up on the entire team here. That proc doesn't mean much, actually gives Jmak an extra chance to proc.
Yep, going for the alter ego, looking for the strip onto the Diana, receives it. Immunity's coming up here from the Fran, getting attack buffs as well.
A proc there would have been devastating because Okeanos would have been able to tee off. But at this point here, Jmak's just going to throw bombs up. Jess needs to auto, Jess needs to pump in more damage because Diana cannot transform.
That's right, shields are coming up here. We're going to see the strip provoke going out possibly on the Water Monkey King.
Yeah, and Jmak is looking for his opportunity to get Okeanos' Rain of Stones online, and once he does that, he's going to control Thompson.
Choosing to go for the strip provoke onto the Fran instead. Okeanos with a little bit of poke damage, trying to crack that shield. No! Trying to go for the Nephthys instead.
Yeah, and exactly. And at this point here, Thompson doesn't really have a strip, so he's going to eat a full team stun from this Okeanos next. And there's a Water Monkey with a full team stun coming as well.
Silence gets placed on top of the stars as well as the attack break as well. Skill 2 going out there is no passive up on Josephine. Does only get a stun. I'm sorry, passive is up. Does get a stun onto the Diana.
Does need to burn the cooldown of Josephine so that when Okeanos goes, it does not have its passive up anymore. So Thompson needs to be able to stun. Does not get a proc there.
Does not stun, but you can see additional turn coming out of Fran as well, healing up that Ciara. Ciara has bombs ready for that Diana.
And he drops the bomb on the Diana, so Diana's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Jmak is up 4 units to 3 here. I really like his position at the moment.
Definitely. Okeanos is going to get the kill there, dropping that Diana, looking very in favor of Jmak right now. Big skill 3 coming out onto Josephine. Josephine looking terrible with the reset of the Curse of the Beautiful sitting on top of the Nephthys. That is gone now. That is no longer a factor. Josephine coming with a first kill, hoping for a stun.
Wow, Jmak able to take this one here. Jmak has healing, has more damage on his side. Thompson with the LD unit of Nephthys not able to take control of this game here. Jmak's really showing us some great drafts here.
Jmak is looking amazing. Well done, Jmak. You can see he's just trying to take advantage of the stunned up Nephthys, pummeling more damage. Hathor with a nice sleep onto Ciara. It's just not going to be enough. You can see the attack break going out onto the Fran. Fran healing up, and there's just too much Jmak has right now. He's got the sustain, he's got damage, he has everything going for him.
And Jmak is punching his ticket.
And there you have it. Jmak takes down the previous America's Cup champion Thompson.
Jmak punching his ticket to the America's Cup here.